Today on the G3 Boardroom, we are going to be talking about the Brightview Haunting, what we liked, what we didn't like, what was fun, what was... Well, actually, it was a lot of fun. I can't really think of anything that wasn't unfun about the game. And the number of times we played it, everything was a little bit different each time, but it was a consistent, positive experience to play the game.
I agree, but it's important to note as well that we did get this as a preview copy. This is a prototype copy, so what you're seeing before you, what you order might be a little bit, or what comes out of your box might be a little bit different. There were a couple of different things that we pointed out that needed an adjustment, just some of the verbiage on the cards. We talked to the developer, he took that under note. But we did receive this as a preview copy, so thank you very much. And it's a good time for me to point out again, if you played Brightview Haunting, or if you just like what we do, go ahead and hit like, hit subscribe, comment on the bottom. That really helps us out.
Yeah, anything. This is by Typhon Games.
Typhon.
Typhon?
Looks like Typhoon, not Typhoon.
Only 1-0.
Only 1-0. All right, Bob, why don't you take us away? Because if you don't, I'm just going to talk right over you. So
Go ahead, talking. Should I take your point and we always talk about the components?
Do the thing.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Yeah. The character cards are really nice. The artwork is really
massive.
Cool. Yeah, it's massive. It's easy to read, like unlike some games we've played where they're kind of like eye charts. Cardstock seems a little bit. Well, again, this is the prototype game, so it might not.
So
be
you might end up with a different style.
Yeah, I would say, as you would say, recommend to sleeve these because they will get up a lot of action getting drawn and in hands playing them down and stuff like that. So the standees are pretty cool artwork.
I would be surprised if these cards are any different on further
stock.
Versions of the game.
Yeah.
The cardstock on this is fine cardstock, and I've seen it on final versions of many games.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the thickest cardstock, but it's no thinner than what you've already seen on a lot of other games.
Yeah,
but I would sleeve them.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Sleeve them. That way you won't have any problems in the future.
Yep. And the tokens are all pretty cool. They're nice and solid, and some cool artwork. So and discernible. You definitely can tell the difference between them. Sometimes some artwork is like too close to each other.
There's not a heck of a lot of guesswork there.
One thing I want to say about the artwork is, you get these things, you've got all these teenagers and these young, beautiful people, to the fine folks at Typhon. Where's the middle-aged, overweight content creator? That's what I want to see on this card.
We're not representing.
The true hero. Yeah, I'm not representing in this.
He doesn't need any particular skills. He's just there, So.
But I mean, in all seriousness, I mean, the artwork is interesting, and you are kind of like a bunch of young people, like in the horror film or something, running away from the baddie, trying to save a person by the name of Bert. You're trying to actually. You're trying to. I think this is the best part. You're trying to free Bert from this evil tree.
Evil tree.
The whisper.
So, I mean, the jokes kind of write themselves, free bird!
I am a missed opportunity is there is no Ernie character. Missed opportunity, expansion character. But you do get 5 characters, and they all do have unique passive abilities that they do. Your mileage may vary on some of those, but it does add a little bit of a variance to the game. One of them that, one of our plays, Jay had this guy who was putting up salt lines pretty much everywhere he went. And it really did. Since my character at that point, I played as the evil whisperer, tree monster. I couldn't pass through the salt lines. I would have to use an extra action to do it. So when Jay was doing that, I had to figure all kinds of clever ways around. It really did challenge me to come up with some stuff. It wasn't just a waste of, hey, I may as well put them out. At a certain point, as the game goes on, the Whisperer does become more powerful, and therefore those lines were less effective. I could just plow right through them.
Yeah.
That sort of reminded me of, Jay, I know you didn't play this, Bob, I know you did. Remember the PlayStation game Evolve, where the monster started out very weak and then grew over time? I just kept getting Evolve feel off of that.
But the thing is as you grew stronger, our guys grew weaker.
Well, yeah. And that's the thing is how how the evil tree, if you will. Again, I'm not trying to hurt anybody. I'm trying to talk to you. I'm trying to convince you of the rightness of wrong.
Have you heard the word of our Lord and Savior? Running across with a pamphlet.
Exactly. And so what my job was to spread corruption. When the Exorcist gained enough corruption, I could then use an action to turn them to my side.
You're not a demon, you are a missionary.
Right. And so there isn't direct conflict. I'm not chasing you through the woods with a chainsaw or something like that. I'm chasing you through with the good work.
Yeah. And you're a whisperer, because I guess your pulse would be more of kind of like a subliminal message. Hey, come over to my side. We got candy and snacks.
Yeah. Well, I am from the woods. We got moss, I guess. Yeah. I can't offer very much.
And berries,
nuts and berries.
Apples.
Apple trees.
Whatever.
But therein lies the rub. There's not a lot of direct confrontation in this game. I'm not chasing you down. And so there is a point where, and I would only do this if I saw one of your corruptions creeping up there. You roll 3 big honking dice, and they are big honking dice. Yeah. But you roll these 3 dice, and on a hit, there's 2 out of 6 here. On one of the hits, you gain an additional corruption. And if you make it to 5 or more, you're automatically possessed.
Yeah. If you're adjacent to the
you would have to be adjacent. So that's the direct confrontation.
Yeah, there is some chasing and direct confrontation. It's not all from afar.
There's a little bit of running away involved. I do not want to hear the good word, and off you win.
And we found
you will hear the good word.
Like in any good horror movie, if you stick together with your friends, then it's a lot easier to unpossess them when they get possessed by the.
But with only 3 exorcists, it's a big map. And I think with the number that we played with is probably a lot harder for the Exorcist than it would be.
Yeah, the games that we played, obviously it's just 3 of us, and we might have done okay at the beginning, but we were just seemed like we were doomed to failure.
There was an important caveat in there. When we did play, we played 3 players, but you have to have a minimum of 3 exorcists. And so it tells you in the book, if you got 3 players, one person's going to play the Whisperer, one guy's going to play 1 exorcist, and one guy's going to play 2 exorcists. That way, I think that is a balanced thing, because if you only had 2 exorcists, you'd get run over.
Yeah. I think that at 3, it's tough. I think my advice to you, if you're going to play this game with 3 players, one person plays the Whisperer, and the other 2 play 2 exorcists.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Or, just get more friends and have more people at the table.
Well, this game, go ahead, Bob.
Well, I was going to say, if that were the case, then you would have gotten 3 characters. If you would,
I would have had some juggling to do.
Yeah, some juggling.
I'm okay with it.
But that was my one kind of complaint about it, is being when you're corrupted as a player playing that, where's my incentive to win?
Well, you see, and what Bob's getting to...
Because in the book it says...
go ahead.
In the book it said that even if you're an exorcist and you get converted and the Whisperer wins, you still lose. So,
and
Bob, I think what you mean is not he said it said, because we all read the rule book, right, Bob?
Yeah.
So what you meant to say is we all know that it said.
I can edit that back.
Well, that was the trick.
Yeah.
Was eventually it kind of becomes 3 teams. You have the evil Whisperer, you have the good exorcist, and then you have the possessed exorcist. If the Whisperer wins, possessed exorcists lose. If the good exorcists win, possessed exorcists lose. And so there's that middle ground right there. And so at that point, what happened was, it's like, okay, so I guess I'm just playing for pride. Now you can be unpossessed, but if it happens to you at the end of the game, you're just stuck.
Or if you're way spread out, and that's another reason why you're going to want more people. And it would be better to play with everyone having their own, have 5 people playing or 6 people playing, so everyone has their own card. I played the 2, and sometimes it gets a little bit confusing. Oh, wait a second, which card does this person go to? I mean, I guess some people can multitask, but I was trying to focus on the game.
It's probably a little bit of bias on my behalf, because a lot of betrayal or traitor games, I'm not a big fan of. Because like you said, you could be playing like 3/4 of the game, as a good guy, and all of a sudden, nope, you're the bad guy. what do you do?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's got to be a major strategy then, is to, if someone gets possessed, go help them.
That could be a bit jarring, and I think from my experience, probably.
Those games are not for everybody, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Games with like a hidden traitor aspect to them. Now, this one's not hidden by any stretch.
No.
But I understand exactly what you mean. You're working towards a goal. Now, all of a sudden, you're not working towards that goal anymore. And it can be jarring.
It does raise an interesting dynamic. Let's say if I wasn't getting along with my other Exorcist players, I'd be like, I'm going straight to the Whisperer and get converted.
I'm going to tell him everything you said.
But then they have the option to unconvert or to depossess you.
Just leave you over there. Just stay.
So, even though, there's that caveat that I'm not a huge fan of, there could be a lot of hilarity with that kind of gameplay and that
but there's a kind of an awkward limbo where if you're possessed, you can't win.
Now, how the good people, or the Exorcists, the non-believers, if you will, as I choose to call them, now how they win is by reducing the Elder Tree's power from 10 to 0.
Yep.
And the issue we encountered there was there are exactly enough cards to reduce the power to 0. Exactly enough.
Yeah.
And so you will have to go through everything. You might get lucky and come up with them early. You might not, but there are exactly enough cards to do it.
Because you're going to be going around, the Exorcists are trying to uncover these eyeball searches, and they search, and those all have something in it. Either it has a ritual symbol, or you pick up a utility item, and things like that. So, the Exorcists are all trying to uncover these, while the Whisperer is trying to uncover all these green circles, and that's where the things are to help them. But yeah, like Jason was saying, you kind of have to uncover everything because you need everything.
There's a possible easy solution. For the amount of players, there's an adjustable starting power on the Elder Tree.
Yeah, I start with 10 for 3 and 15 at 4.
Really? Is there?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, but that was kind of a thing. Yeah. And that is where a higher player count would help.
It would help.
If you had 4 players, you're going to get those items a little bit quicker.
Yeah.
Now, there is a caveat. You can play this with 6, but that 5th Exorcist starts possessed. They start on the bad guy's team. Okay. So that poor sap can't win if they just stay there the whole time.
Well, let's say
I would say if you start as possessed, you win if the Whisperer wins.
Yeah. I mean, you can choose any starting location you want.
Yes.
So that, I think what you would want to do is just start near that person, convert them over to your side, right away. That is interesting, though, that they do start possessed. I like that little
It's a way to kind of even it out. But I think at 4 Exorcists against 1 bad guy, that's probably optimal for the good guys to win, because you can get the items that much faster. And again, like I said, you might get a lucky draw, but odds are you're going through every one of these.
Yeah.
And there's 4 per spot. That's 4, 8, 16. So there's 16 items you're going to have to get.
Yeah, and I mean, the Whisperer can get lucky draws too. The first, because some of these things, these green things, these echoes, they're called.
Yeah.
Some of them just place rooted gateways, which allowed you to kind of teleport.
Which we really didn't get to play.
Other ones deal out a lot of corruption.
Well, no, the other ones increase my control.
Oh, that's right. That's what it was. Yeah. Increase.
Right.
So he got
and then I could use that to apply extra.
Yeah.
I could grab more, and I could apply that extra corruption with my ability.
Because in one of the games, his control got up so high so quickly that he was very fast. He was OP.
So I do like the fact that
big old N.
There are ways to reduce your corruption, and that can keep you going. I would hope that maybe down the line or something, in an expansion maybe, that there would be an option to reduce your amount of control as a Whisperer.
Why? Why are you trying to hurt me? Why do you hurt the tree? Why do you hate nature?
Or they could have an Ortho Weed Be Gone card in
there. You go.
In the utility items.
Roundup, you damaged the tree, but you got cancer. Oh.
Here's the hatchet. Go chop the tree down. But, I like that because at least, like with Horrified, there's no way to reduce the terror meter. On this, at least you can kind of, fix yourself a little bit.
Especially if you are, paired up with a buddy.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's actually how our most recent playthrough went. The group got split up. When the group got split up, everything fell apart for the good guys. Until then, I thought it was pretty even. As soon as the group split, I was able to pick you off.
Typical horror movie.
Right. Why does anybody split up?
We fell for it.
So ultimately, I did enjoy this game. I had a lot of fun playing with you guys, and it was kind of hilarious. I was chasing Jay's guy, and he kept running away, and I'm just running. And finally, I just gave up. I'm like, fine, do what you want. You go over there.
And I was like throwing all this salt behind me.
Fine, go over there. And I wandered off and got some other things together and came back. Those kinds of moments can be very entertaining to me.
Yeah, and it was fun when the three of us were all together. I was controlling two, and Jason was a whisperer, and he would corrupt someone. Then on my turn, I would bring them back. Then on his turn, he'd corrupt them again, and I bring them back. And so it was kind of funny.
Yeah. What I was thinking too, my guy is like the timeshare salesman. Like, hey, buddy, let me talk to you over here for a minute.
Right.
Jay, don't go in there, man.
Don't split up. Don't go down the stairs.
But I did find the game entertaining.
Yeah.
Like I said, it gets a little tricky when someone gets possessed. What is their motivation? Because now they can't win. They can get unpossessed, and then they could possibly win. But it's hard to work for the bad guy knowing that you're not going to share in the
because
in the
actively
spoils.
you shouldn't be making those decisions. Hey, I'm going to run over towards my other guy so he can heal me or whatnot.
Yeah.
So
that was it's an interesting dynamic. It seems a little wonky, especially if you get certain individuals. What's my motivation to be bad? But I enjoyed it.
How does my character feel at this moment?
What's my motivation?
What's my motivation?
But I did find it entertaining. I know this is on, at the time of the recording, I know this game is on pre-sale. It recently went through a successful Kickstarter, and it's pre-sale. So we'll put the link there in the comment section or in the description for the video. If you've played this, if you like these kinds of games, if you just think that the horror tropes of the teenagers, hey, this has happened. Let's go get the most experienced people we know. Yeah. And they're all in my gym class.
It's kind of fitting you guys gave me the character named Bob.
Yeah. Bob Moss, which is he's from the woods. Moss. Get it? He's on my side.
One thing that's really cool about this game is that whisper. That's pretty badass artwork. On that
pretty awesome.
Nice character design.
Would you say it was a mix of Freddy and Groot?
Yeah,
so, I wouldn't.
Trademark, I guess we can't.
No trademark on fruit.
Nope.
But again, if you like this game, go ahead and comment down on the bottom, and go ahead and hit subscribe. That really helps the channel out. We appreciate it.
We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.